Today's a big day. So today I'm going to give you the whale bait workshop because this was stuff that you had to previously join a $20,000 a year offer from myself to get. It is one of the trainings in there, and today I'm releasing it for free on YouTube. So let me explain what is it that you're going to get. There are, in every audience, there's fish and there's whales. Now, fish are people who cannot pay you, and they will talk what I call fishies. So fishies is, let me get back to you later. Let me try your free stuff and then I'll implement your paid stuff. Oh, let me just wait a little bit more and I'm for sure going to become a client. Some do, most don't. Let's just be honest. Now, whales are people who don't speak fishies. This is just a foreign language to them that they do not understand. What they understand is the language of money and getting your help. And they go, sure, send me the invoice. I'm very interested. And they message you when you post whale bait properly. Now, the whale bait workshop, what I'm about to give you, is exactly that. What do you post exactly with templates so that you will have whales in your inbox asking you, what is your offer and how can I get more of it? How can we work together? So enjoy.
People need less leads than they think. Often when I work with people and I ask them, what's your main problem? They give me three. They give me either my offer, clarity, or I just don't have leads. And I agree with offer and clarity, but it's often that you need less leads than you think. What you really need are better leads. To do so, people make the wrong correlation that more people equals more leads, which equals more chances of a sale. So they post fish bait and they go viral, right? Which is great for getting famous, but not that good for getting rich. To be rich, not famous, it's much faster to focus on whale bait content so that you can talk to the whales directly. I've had people who I've never heard about just hit me up, be like, yo, JK, like, can we work together? I'm like, of course. I send them the link, they pay $250, and then they get in the second page and pay $13,000 without a call. Fucking wild. But this is what happens when you get your whale bait stuff dialed in. This is how people with 2K followers make 60K a month, and how clients with 10K followers make 250K a month. This is why, and this is a wild statistic, I have more active clients than average likes per post. Like, my engagement is shit, but behind shit engagement, there's a business that's not shit. So, whale bait. This is what whale bait allows you to do. Turn your hidden whales into paying clients because they already followed you. We're just not showing them the right things, which is what we're gonna cover today. So for context, where does this fit inside the likes and cash funnel? All the cash creators. So if you want help with your core offer, you watch Sell Without Sales Calls because everything comes from that. Today we'll cover whale bait, which is how to get better leads for that core offer. So that's kind of the middle step. If you want to see how to sell that offer, then go to the portal and check out Email Sales Machine. This is just so you see kind of how this fits. Whale bait is getting leads. Offer is Sell Without Sales Calls. Getting sales is Email Sales Machine. So just so you know, this is where it fits. Okay, so whale bait, why whale bait, right? There's fish and there's whales in every audience. Sometimes you just don't see them, but they're there. But fish are people you don't want and you attract them with fish bait. Like the guy that says, I don't want beginners, but you look at their content and it's all about how to get your first client online, my top 10 mindset books. Here's my entire playbook that you can copy and paste and use for free. That's fish bait. And I'm going to cover how to not do that later. Whale bait, however, allows us to run small audiences that are massively profitable. And it started when I met this guy with 2K followers that ran a 60K cohort. I'm like, fuck, how'd you do that? Right? Whale bait. The guy that when I used to ghostwrite, this guy had 1,000 followers. He sold 9 figures online of shoes and vests. Crazy. Anyway, often we don't have a leads or engagement problem. We have a whale bait problem. We're just not attracting the right people. If we can fix that, then the rest comes easier. For context, 80% of my income comes from a small list of 300 whales. Like, that's it. It's just a small list of 300 whales because we want to make the reframe here. Your audience is not the moneymaker. Your audience is the finder of the moneymaker. Your audience is just a mechanism so you can find the couple dozen people you need to make life-changing money with. The audience doesn't make the money. The audience helps you find the people with which you can make the money. You're not Dan Coe. You're not Justin Welsh. Like, this is, they do their thing, right? We do it a different way because we don't have the huge audiences, right? Like, we have to play a different game. We have to play the whale bait game. So how does it work? Whale bait, and I'm going to be honest, it was hard for me to come up with this training. And if you ask Ryan, who's my business partner, how long have you been delaying this? How long has JK been delaying this training? The answer is a lot. Because it's more feel than fact. Like in all the other trainings, like sales calls, Sell Without Sales Calls, and Email Sales Machine, I knew what to promote on what day and what's the cadence. But for whale bait, it's more feel than fact. So the baits that I'll give you below are not a recipe; they're ingredients. You test them out until you get a feel for what you enjoy and what you don't. It's obvious, but the more you do this thing, the better you'll get at it. I will just show you in the beginning the whale bait templates that I kind of cycle through, and I think think about a lot, and then you take that and improve upon it for yourself. So we're going to start. And by the way, a good practice to do as I'm going through this is take a pen and paper or a Google Doc or whatever, and just kind of write the ideas that come to you. Because when you're exposed to content that works, our mind will create content that works. It's just kind of association. So it's a good idea to like just write down the ideas that you get in this training and execute on them. Speed is the main thing here. Okay, so let's roll. Well, babe, so it starts with the big one is the plan. So one thing you can post is the plan. Followers need a leader. For a lot of people, it's hard to lead because they have no idea where they're going. So this is why people can't grow a following. And they're like, man, like your engagement of this person is so much better than mine. Or this person has so much more pull than me. The reason why, it's because they know where they're going and you don't. They know how much money they want to make. They know what the goal is and you don't. You're not clear on it. When you choose to lead and you choose a goal, you represent something that people want to be but are not. And they love that shit. So a good idea to post, and this was like this post right here made me a lot of money because it requires a lot of courage. It requires you to be able to, okay, I want to heal this many people. I want to build a business that makes this much money. And this is my plan. Because you're putting yourself out there, you're calling your shot. People love that. And whether you hit it or not is not important because people just respect the fact that you called it. So this one's my pinned post. I plan to make $100K a month profit with 3 hours a day. So I talked to you about how my businesses were big, but I wasn't taking much money home. But now I just want to hit $100K a month with my plan. Grow socials my way, invite people to the newsletter, host workshops, what I'm doing, make my stuff easy to buy, grow the Cash Creators community to 100, sell access to me, raise prices, and partner up with people. That's the plan. So if you can find out where you're going, how many people you want to heal, how many people you want to help them lose weight, how many people you want to help them go on their first date, make it public. People respect it when you make your plan public. So that's one like really cool thing you can do. What's the plan and what's the goal to get there? Because it gets people to rally behind you. Second thing that's really good is the code. So most people don't have a code, right? They're kind of copy paste versions of Dan code or just bullshit. But if you create your own code, it makes people see that you're not fucking around and you kind of understand what you're doing. You think for yourself, which let's be honest, if we sell coaching or consulting, the barrier to entry in this industry is extremely low because people are sold the fact that you can just coach people, no infrastructure, make 3K per month. Whereas if you have a code, it shows that you're actually thinking through about the things you're going to do. So putting your code out there gives your marketing strength because it makes you the leader, not the regurgitator. It attracts people with similar values, which often make the best clients. So a good idea is to come up with your code. What code do you and your people live by? So for me, it's the cash creator, right? So the content creator sells with calls, the cash creator doesn't. One creates to get paid, the other gets paid to create. One chases prospects, the other doesn't do maybes. One has an irresistible offer, the other has a clear offer. One gives value, the other gives insight. One posts fish bait, the other posts whale bait. And it's just a useful code that it's not only useful to you, but it makes people go, I believe in that too, and I like it. I want to become that person. So putting the code of how you are out there is awesome. This is when I worked for a client. So he used to have a productivity offer, right? So get more work done in less time, something like that. But what we did was we nailed it to the code of the 2-hour man. Now the 2-hour man works intensely, not extensively. They don't get paid for the hours they work. They get paid for the things they get done. The 2-hour man doesn't believe in quantity or quality work because he can do both. I'm the 2-hour man, not a 12-hour machine. I'm competent in all the areas that matter to me, not just one. And by the way, when you craft your code, each of these can be like a little piece. And that piece is just the content for that day and the next day and the next day, which is so useful because when you're kind of in a rut and you don't know what to post about, you can look at your code and elaborate on each of them. When you're clear on the code, content comes easier. So what is the code you live by through which you're going to help people get to their outcome? By the way, today I finished a 104-hour fast. Shit sucked. But I told a client who's a fitness coach and I said, hey bro, like I just finished this fast. Like, are you proud of me? He's like, no, I'm not. Do you know how much muscle you built? You lost? Like, do you know how bad that shit is? I'm like, well, kind of. No, like I don't do that. Like I work sustainably, not intensely. I know what's going to happen if I push my body to the limit. So I'd rather make it consistent. That's his code, right? When he puts that out there, whales are going to respond to that because they're like, oh, I believe in that too. Intermittent fasting works. Yeah. So if you're curious, I lost like 3 kilos. It's fucking crazy. like 2 kilos or something. Anyway, next, ideas. So people try to sell products in socials, but I find that that's not as useful as selling ideas. People buy ideas before they buy products. People buy into the whole masculinity thing and changing, being a top G before they buy Andrew Tate stuff, right? People buy into the whole likes and cash thing before they become a cash creator, because people buy ideas, not products. Selling ideas first and selling products second works much better than just selling products first. When you share your ideas in public, it's much easier than to sell your products in private. So you take people from A to B in a certain process. Along the way, you have found things that work and don't work for you. For me, things that don't work is giving away free value, is never selling, it's doing maybes and sales, for example. For you, in the A to B process, what are some things that you believe in? Like, what are your ideas? For me, post daily, make an offer daily, promote list daily, don't chase clients, no more than 3 hours per work a day, of work per day, product is king, prospects in motion stay in motion, and I run a business, not a show business. So what are your ideas? And by the way, don't be afraid of going against like the common current. Like I actually posted this, like, what's the main guy in quote unquote my niche? It's Alex Ramosi, right? I muted him because he stresses me out. And I was open about it. And I said, I disagree with some of this takes because Alex sells, private equity. I sell coaching for $1,000, so it's like different, right? So what are your ideas in how you take people from A to B? What do you believe in? Like, I'm like, sell often, sell on Sundays, sell twice a day, design for your life, not for scale, sell via text. Like, what do you believe in? I have another belief, which is cut supply. So like, don't be always open. What do you not believe in? I think lead nurturing is bullshit. Personally, I don't agree that the business exists only to serve the customer. It exists to serve you, the owner, as well. What are some things that you see that other people don't? Like for me, I see that some clients want 100% of what you promise. Some clients want 25% of what you promise. But people buy it because they want direction as much as they crave the outcome. I believe that your audience is not the moneymaker, is the way to find the moneymaker. And I believe that adding screenshots to your sales pages actually messes you up. It's distracting and, in my opinion, messy. So what are things that you believe in? What are your ideas? Because people buy ideas before they buy a product. If you have one idea that resonates with them, then it makes them much easier to convert down the road. Just to make sure I understand, is the code more about goals and ideas more about tactics? These feel very similar and they should feel similar. It's like I'm not giving you exactly do this. This is more a catalyst for thinking. As I go, as I talk, you should be coming up with some ideas or some angles. It is very similar, code and ideas. But for example, an idea of mine is don't give everything away for free, but I can't put it in a code, right? The code is kind of more professional, if you will. Okay, don't think about it too much. Don't get too autistic on this. Like, just get the idea and be like, okay, this doesn't work for me. Next. The proof. This is huge. So people buy coaches, not coaching. The greatest proof or case study ever is you. So when people talk to me and they go, I don't have case studies, I don't have proof, bullshit. You are the case study because you healed yourself. So showing what your plan, code, and ideas have done in your life is one of the most powerful forms of marketing. It creates a niche of one and allows you to get paid for being. So I have many ideas, right? And like you have many ideas as well. By showing what that has done in your life, it gets people to be like, oh, I want that too. And it's more likely that they will get it because you are likable, because they like what you have done. So for me, my grandma rarely asked for anything, but when I was a kid, she mentioned her childhood dream was to visit Venice. I told her, you'll see, one day I'm going to make money and I'll take you to Venice. That day is today. So this is what my business has allowed me to do. What has the things you are good at allowed you to do? So heal, lose weight, be happy, have freedom. Like the whole influencer marketing thing works because it's like people are in Bali and they want to be like that, right? But even if you post the little things like today I don't have to show up to work. I am here just enjoying beer and pizza, right? That's a thing. That's you showing the proof that your stuff works. And the key here is show, don't tell, like pictures, screenshots, before and afters. All of these are really useful here. My ideal business. 7 figures, high margins, doesn't need a sales call, can run from everywhere, 2 or 3 hours a day, writing 1 post a day, or email a day. I'll show you how to get there tomorrow. Click to join my link in bio, it's free. The proof is huge. Like you are the marketing. By showing what your methods have done for you, that is the most powerful form of marketing because it is undeniable. And it creates a niche of one because nobody can replicate it because, well, it's you. And this is a big one, insight, not value. So I like this because it goes against what a lot of people teach. Building audiences with value attracts people who want to try your stuff. Building building audiences with insight attracts people who want to buy your stuff. Huge difference. Value is telling you how to do the thing. Templates, swipe files, a guide, a complete walkthrough, a hack. But when you give those away, number one, it's attract fish. And number two is it delays your conversion window because people want to try it and they're like, oh, let me try it and then I'll get back to you. And they never. So somebody who actually followed that blueprint, and I followed it too and I regret it, but he said, this is a huge struggle I have. Basically gave away all my knowledge for free. And when I opened up my coaching offer, people felt like they already had everything. This is a real thing. Like only giving away value is great for people who sell to the 1% of the 1%, like real estate, private equity. If you're here, that's probably not you. Insight-based content is a better use of your time. Now, insight is revealing why the thing matters. Revelations, insights, stories, proof. It's superior to value because it attracts people with the problem. And I added this screenshot that I actually got yesterday. Hey, JK, I'm curious about the program, right? You just get inbound when you focus on insight. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Value makes people want to try your stuff because you gave them a map. But insight makes people want to buy your stuff because you gave them hope, because you showed them that you could help them, not told them how to do it. Because it's like, if I give you a map, you want to try it. If you give an instruction manual, you want to use it. But if I show you why my methods work, it makes you curious. It makes you want to talk to the person. Examples are, value is, hey, here's my exact email templates. Steal them. What's that going to attract? Other email marketers. Insight is, hey, email is 10% of my audience, but 95% of my revenue. Email matters. I'm going to show you how I run my email list and you can buy it. It's called email sales machine, right? Insight. If you tell people the best Tinder opener is this, that's value. If you tell people the key to Tinder is to make it look like your friends made you open an account so you look high status. But there's tricks to do that. I'll show you how to do that in my workshop next week. Damn. Value is telling you deadlift this way with this shoulder cue. This is why when I see a fitness coach show people how to lift better at the gym, I die inside a little because I'm like, bro, your prospects don't even go to the gym. Like, why are you doing this? Insight is, hey, getting into the gym is easy because you don't need to lose weight. You can actually build muscle and eat the foods you like because that's the first step. I don't believe in hard diets. I believe in things you actually enjoy. You see how these fitness people are addicted to fitness? It's because they did it right. And this is why I show it to you this way. I got 2 more spots. Fuck. It's like, okay, what you got, right? Insight sells much more. An example of insight is this. I use this email, out of all the emails I sent, aside from the last one, which is, hey, we're closing doors in 6 hours. This one was the most effective. So a friend opened up a community and thought about the people who were going to join. He thought it was going to be the people he talks to daily. Turned out to be a bunch of people he has never seen. If you've been coaching for a while, you've noticed that the people who engage with your content are not usually the people who buy your coaching because these are hidden whales. And in the whale-bait workshop, I'll show you how to make money out of them. See what I mean? So you don't want to use these whale-bait templates to get whales. I'll give you the other 10 at the whale-bait workshop. Shit doesn't work. You tell people this is why this matters, and then you get them. So a good idea to do this is list your beliefs in your code, make a list out of them, and explain why each of them matters. These are all whale-bait because, and I got this from Dan Coe. He said, I turn my newsletters into videos, and they're usually longer form, and these filter out the people who don't have long attention spans. I kind of think of this like that. If you list out insights, you attract people who are more critical thinkers, when usually they make more money and they can pay you for your stuff. So insight, not value. Don't tell people how to do the thing. Show people why the thing matters. Another one is show, don't tell. So showing, not telling how your solution works is really underrated. Like, this is awesome. So for that, I'm going to show you a quick video that I think is going to be helpful. So pay attention to this quick video.
The science of polymer.
By the way, can you guys hear that? Can you write something in the app so that I know that you can hear it? Yeah, cool.
To kind of demonstrate this. So imagine that these crystals here represent eating right and exercising, all that good stuff. Go ahead and sprinkle that over the fat.
Okay, so we both are going to exercise and eat right and all those things. Right. We're both going to sprinkle on our fat. Okay.
Good. Sprinkle it on. There you go. Excellent. Now go ahead and mix it up. Get a little exercise there yourself. So then you mix that up. Dr. Oz does the same thing. You might notice something happening to that.
Ooh.
What is happening to it?
It's becoming liquid.
It's becoming liquid. Yeah. So it's actually liquefying. We can actually demonstrate this.
I got a bucket here.
Yeah.
But let me show you. It's actually your most liquid asset, that stomach fat. It's supposed to be able to. That's it up. Science about help me. Belly fat. Watch what happens. It gently. Ooh.
You're halfway through the video. I appreciate it. Good stuff. So if you'd like my AI called Cashie to write your whale bait for you, well, you can go to the links below in Cashie Studio and she'll write every single post for you based on whale bait templates. See ya.
So this is probably bullshit, you know, but Dr. Oz is the best marketer of all time because he showed you, he didn't tell you. And now you're going to be like, oh shit, like how do I get my stuff, my eyes and my hands on that, whatever thing you were selling, right? So this is a core principle of the whale bait is showing people, not telling them. You already know what their pain points are. Not enough money, bad health, and bad or lack of relationships. Pains are not new. So I would say stop thinking so much about pain points and start thinking about painkillers because the pain points are the same. No money, no health, no relationships. Show what your uncommon methods have done for common problems. The more pull, like I've never got more pull to my marketing ever since I started talking about like the things I disagree on that everybody agrees on, which is don't give that much value. Don't sell with sales calls, right? So here's an example. Don't sell often. I don't believe in that. Aim for the stars. Don't believe in that. You need sales calls. Don't believe in that. So for you, what have your uncommon methods done for common problems? Like there was a fitness dude that he only trained like twice a week and like 5 sets per workout session, which is, you know, less than the recommended one. And he looked great. So that is whale bait because it makes people go, shit, that's cool. And you're not everybody else, like everybody else. What you got? This is me. What 100K a month business looks like in cash. Like it's all red. This is proof, showing not telling. Cash creator principle. You don't get paid to create. You don't create to get paid. You get paid to create. Last week I ran a workshop so that they passed to 100, made 7,200 for a work I was going to do. For others, when people followed my method, this is what happened. When people follow your method, this is what happens. Like action, reaction. So this is really simple. You don't really need to overthink this. Show people what your stuff has done for you and for others. And this is kind of a little piece of nuance that I want to instill in you. Sometimes we feel like we don't have case studies. You are the case study. Like the fact that this has worked with you is enough. So don't be like, oh, I like case studies. No, like it's just you. You just have to spin the stories already inside of you. Problems. So problems is the next one. Insight on why the problem is happening reveals that you have insight on how to solve it. So when you reveal why the problem is happening, people with the problem will form the niche for you. And this is why when people trip around, I'm choosing my niche, I can't find my niche, should I rebrand my niche? It's irrelevant because when you put out the problem out there, people with that same problem respond and that becomes the niche. I showed what my problems were and what the solutions were. And I started attracting people who, you know, they're typically right-wing, they're typically introverted, they typically have a like huge problem with authority and they're coaches and consultants that like Twitter, but don't really like video. That's my niche, right? But like if I sent that out, that'd be a huge miss, right? You don't choose a niche, you let the niche choose you by putting the problems out there that you can solve. So an example, qualified leads. I don't show you my template to get qualified leads. I show you people think they have a leads problem when they have a bait problem. They post fish bait but expect to attract whale. That reveals insight. It makes people go, interesting, what else you got? Churn. People will spend 95% of their time on prospects and 5% on clients and wonder why everyone leaves after 3 months. Shit, what do you know? Friend zone. The longer someone consumes your content, the less likely they are to become clients. I've had people join my list at 6 and becomes client at 603. I've had people receive 531 emails from me before purchasing. The difference was how quick I make them an offer. Showing people why the problem is happening to them makes you look like you know your shit. And you don't need to explain how the problem is solved because just that insight is enough value for them to be like, huh, this guy gets it. And this is another example of me showing why a problem exists. But I included an email, which is Jay's client journey went like this. He paid really fast because the longer someone's consumed your free content, the less likely they are to become paid clients. Huh, what do you know? So listing out all the problems and explaining why it's happening is whale bait. I wanted to include this a little bit. Case study. So I believe that screenshots are distracting because people don't really read them. But a good case study is incredibly effective because it provides context, meaning people can relate to it. And it gives insights, meaning it gives people hope. I don't believe in screenshots so much because I see this screenshot, but I don't know if it relates to me. So if you show someone who's making this much money after working with you, that's irrelevant because you're not including how much money they were making before or what was their unique situation. Whereas case studies allow you to know the context in which it happened. And if the context is similar to the one that the person reading it is in, it makes them respond way better. So my case study template goes like this. If you have it, I recommend you post this once a week. If you don't have them, well, post it every time you have it. But for me, it's this. 10 steps to 10K. To learn, you'll learn how TB hit his first 10K month with 4K followers. 10 things he did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. And and I can help you too in my workshop. So 3 parts to a good case study. Number 1, it's previous scenario with context. So in all the testimonials I'll share, you will notice that I always include the follower count. Because if I show you how much money TV made, it could be someone with 100,000 followers, right? It doesn't matter. But if I show you, hey, he's got 4K followers, you're going to compare yourself to him. And you're going to be like, fuck, I'm not making 10K with 4K. Another one, you lay out, okay, 3 steps, 5 steps, 7 steps, whatever, and you show how it got solved. Again, insight, not value. You don't give out the template. You just show why the thing matters. So for me, offers. I didn't give my offer template. I said most offers fail because they show you a destination but not a path. People hate uncertainty. When you show steps, it's like you're shining a light in a dark hall. It's easy to trust you and easier to pay you. Can you help me clarify my offer? And then a call to action. I'll drop this on Black Friday. If you like early access, reply 10K. That's it. Like that's the entire case study template. If I am selling a workshop or a do-it-yourself thing, I will usually price it at $100 and I will include the link right there. If I'm selling a longer-term thing like cash creators, I will ask people to reply so we can start a conversation. So expensive, get them to reply. Cheap, put the link. Document. This is fun. So the best content comes from the past because it answers the question, why should I listen to you? I think that the best content isn't created. The best content is collected. By using stuff you've already done, you're providing insights nobody else can provide. So by going back to your past and thinking, what did I do last month? What did I talk? What can I share again? That is whale bait because nobody else can copy it. So a good one is updating us on the plan. Like, how's your plan going? This requires courage, but it gets you a lot of people rallying for you. So for me, as February is going great so far, mashallah. You can retell a story. So what impactful story can you tell again? Some things are obvious to you, but fascinating to others. A good book on this is Storyworthy. Storyworthy shows you how to turn the normal events in your life into actual stories that people like and read. So what story that happened last month, last week, last year, can you tell again? Don't create content, collect it. Now, once you have that, you spin it. What spin can you give that story? This turned out to be a system that averaged us 9 clients a week in January. It's the same story, but I just included it in a different number. This story is still the same thing. 80% of my money comes from 0.13% of my audience. These are all the same events, but you spin it by changing the name or the number or the problem or the bait. Reuse. What did you put a lot of work into that's collecting digital dust? Maybe you were in a workshop before. Maybe you were in a masterclass. Somebody has the recording. Upload it. This is what happened. This is one of my most popular YouTube videos. And it was just a recording. Repost. I found that between 2 and actually 6 to 12 weeks, that's a good idea to repurpose stuff. So I have a few emails that have worked really well for me. And I don't know if you guys notice. I hope you don't, but I just copy and paste that shit every 8 weeks and, hope for the best because people forget what they had for breakfast. People will also forget that you posted this, 3 months ago. So this is my best performing email. And fun fact, I didn't even write it. It was Ryan, my business partner. I just said, well, it's not stealing if you steal from your business partner, right? He's like, no. So yeah, there you go. You can repost recall. Talk about your Canon events. Canon events are things that radically change your life. Selling my company changed my life. Twitter changed my life. Learning English changed my life. So talk about the things that you've already done. Whale-bait is a lot of practice of not posting whale-bait, but showing in which ways you are a whale-bait. You are the bait. Like, it's not the content you put out that attracts whales. It's how you show people who you are and what you've done that attracts the whales. Whale-bait is not a trick. It's not a gimmick. It's you becoming the kind of person that whales would like to be attracted to. And you do that by collecting content, not creating content. Documenting is a good idea for that. Another one is proof of competence. So everyone respects someone with certain skill at their craft. Like, if you can record it and loom it, like, these are all Loom videos. They did pretty well. Share client result. John did this on how he, helped Carl with his acne. By the way, this thread fucking crushed it. Share a personal result. Like, go over your analytics, your numbers, all the things that are collecting dust in your Google Drive, in your Excel sheets, and post it again. Because I can promise you, people have forgot about this shit. And the last whale-bait is the best branding move of all time. Is the caps lock key. It's this right here. You do that right, you got everything right. You do that right, you add power to your marketing. So, for example, I don't call my stuff a funnel. I call it the Lex and Cash funnel. I don't call my stuff content. I call it whale-bait. I don't have a system. I have an email sales machine. I don't say goal. I say whale number. I don't say following up. I say the cash creator wait list. By caps locking the parts of your process, it gives it a lot of power. And it can be as easy as just change the letter. Like, that's it. And then what you do is you name drop these IPs inside your stuff. I'm not saying this is my goal. I go with that's my whale number. It adds power to it. I don't say my templates. I say my anti-nurturing email templates in the email sales machine. It's a subtle change that changes a lot about how people perceive you because it makes them lean in. It makes them think, wait, what is this? And why does it have capital letters? Okay, so that's whale bait things, how you can post whale bait. But whale bait is also about how you show yourself to the world. It's about how you behave. I used to post whale bait content, but people didn't respect my process. They ghosted me. They left me on red. I just had a bunch of tire kickers because I didn't include whale bait behaviors. And this is a huge part of whale bait. It's not about just the content you put out. It's how you behave. It's how you put yourself into the world. It's about teaching prospects how to treat you. So prospects mistreat us because we let them. When you start behaving like a whale, people treat you like one and you attract those whales. 6 months ago, I couldn't get more than one person on the calendar a day. Now we filled our clients about 6 months in a row, all inbound. And it's largely because of the whale behaviors. When you get the whale behaviors right, you increase your lead speed and you increase the respect people have for you. So I'm going to go over some whale bait behaviors that you can implement so that people will actually respect your process and treat you better. The people who you see get a ton of inbound and clients that are not a pain and selling is easy, it's because they behave like a whale. It's high status. I'm going to show you what that looks like. One, every offer you make, it's got to come with scarcity and urgency. It's big. Scarcity and urgency will ruin your brand if it's fake, but it will make you a lot of money when it's real. And the way this works, it's because the coaching and consulting world has made people realize that there is no consequence to inaction. They know that if they don't buy from you today, you will still be there tomorrow. Cash creators, we don't do that shit. We take things away because we have scarcity and we have urgency. So to get there, first thing you do is you find your dream monthly income and you divide it by your price. That's essentially how much money you need to make, right? And then you divide it by 12 because that's every month of the year. And that's your freedom number. How many clients you need per month to stay. So once you have your freedom number, you realize, oh, I only need 5 clients, 3 clients, 10 clients per month. And then you make the scarcity known. You let them know there's only this many spots. And then you close doors once or twice a month. Email sales machine helps you with this, and you make the closing date known. So if you see cash creators, I will always include scarcity and urgency. I will always say this many days we're open and this many spots are open. We will close when one of those two are done. And I did this when I first began this workshop. I said, guys, we only have 3 spots and we're closing on Friday. Scarcity, urgency. Every offer you make has to have one of these. And something that might be relevant to this is how I promote my stuff, because I open and close my stuff every once in a while. And this is what I do. So week 1, I'll promote my core offer. Week 2 and 3, I'll do workshops. And week 4, I'll promote the core offer again. So my cycle looks a little bit like this. Cash creators opens, and then we're closed. And then I promote a workshop. And then cash creators open again. It's important that there is a period of time in which people cannot give you money. By running this flow, it allows you to have that. Scarcity and urgency increases lead speed. So every offer, scarcity and urgency. 2, well, there you go. Yeah. Promote different things so there are periods in which people cannot buy a certain offer. So don't just promote one thing all the time, because when you promote the same thing, people stop listening. But when you vary your stuff out, when you say, hey, we're closed, I'm not opening this month, or okay, would you like to be added to the wait list because we're full? I have a client, he's going to Thailand for vacation, and he said, I have nothing to sell. I'm like, no, you have everything to sell. You're going to sell to people, hey guys, I'm going to Thailand and you cannot give me money, but you can be added to the wait list so that when you come, you can get one of the limited spots I'm opening. See, there's got to be a period in which people cannot give you money. 3, take things away and stick to your word. So if you ever try to buy the workshop, after the expired date, it'll redirect you to this kind of disrespectful page that says the offer is expired. This is on purpose because you want to let people know, oh, things go away here. It also creates conversations. So for example, there's a conversation that got from that. Hey, JK, I was on the road and I missed this workshop. Would you be willing to sell the replay? I will stick to my word and say no. But what are you looking for? Maybe I can help at some other stuff. He's like, I'm transitioning to group coaching. Would you like the details? He's like, yeah, for sure. Cool. Here. Okay. Does this work for Facebook? It works. Ready? Let's do it. Done. When you take things away, it makes people go, shit, I needed help. And then you can ask them, well, what did you need help with? 4, this is my personal favorite, married girl strategy. So married girl strategy is, you know how, there's a hot girl, everybody likes her, but then one day she just posts a picture with a ring and then all dudes get depression. That's a married girl strategy. When you close doors or when you are full, you make a huge deal about it. You let everyone know, you can't give me money because I don't need you. We can't give me money because we're closed, and it gets people moving. So an example example of this is this right here. This guy, for the past year, he was like, JK, of course, there's no chance in hell we will not work together. I will set a reminder for my calendar in August 2024. Yeah, right. And then when I said married girl strategy, hey guys, we're closed, he messaged me. If I do a free call with JK to show him how to get shredded by May, do I get in now? I'll add you to the wait list. No. Your audience how to treat you. By taking things away and closing doors, you treat people, you show them that you will not take the usual shit they give other coaches because you're a cash creator, not a content creator. True follow-ups. Now, I follow up with people, but I don't have a setup. Like my VA follows up with people, but he's not a setter. Why? Because these are actually quite simple. Like all my follow-ups are true in the way that I just update people on either how many spots are left or how many days are left. So if somebody asks for my details on cash creators, I go with, yeah, man, go. And there's only this many spots and we're closing on this day of the week. Somebody says, I'm in, cool. Now, most people ghost and that's okay. So I go with, hey, we're closing this many days and I don't want you to miss out. I've included a bonus. Are you in? And then the day we close, there's no guesswork. I just say, hey, we're closing today. Are you in? The spots, when spots are full, hey, it's closed. Do you want to be added to the wait list? It's not guessing. It's not like trying to leash people out into the sale. It's just letting them know this many days are left, this many spots are left. Easy. And if they ghost after all these messages, I just go with, hey, name, I'm closing your file because I didn't hear back from you. Because as cash creators, we don't do maybes. It's a no or it's a yes or a move on. What's funny is that when you send this, it gets people going, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't check my email. By the way, can you add me for the wait list for March? Right? Often that happens because they are not used to having things taken away. They're not used to dealing with a whale or a whale seller. So true follow-ups are huge. Sixth is have a wait list. A wait list is just people you tell a little bit before you open doors. So when you get the time objection, I can't do it right now, maybe later. You don't just say, okay, I'll follow up. You say, would you like to be added to the wait list? It's higher status. So thanks for sending that. I don't have the bandwidth. I appreciate the offer. When does that arrangement end? Because he mentioned he had a coaching arrangement. I've got another 4 months. Okay, would you like to be added to the wait list? Then I can let you know before because things go away at this house. Can you add me to April? Sure. So when the time comes when I can reach back, I don't say, hey, just pinging you. Like, it's been a while. How's it going? I can just say, hey, dude, we got 10 spots for April and we're closing on 1 week. I remember you wanted me to let you know early. Are you in? Status. And also offer the waitlist when you're full. So if you're full, then you go with, hey, we close in, wait, hold on. What is this? Yeah, this is just a sequence I use for when we're full. So if people say, yeah, sure, shoot me the details and add me to the waitlist, I'll get them the details. If they say I'm in, awesome. I'll send you a payment link a few days before the rest. And then when the day comes, here's a payment link. A waitlist is also quite useful for you to replace churned clients. So when you have a waitlist and you actually stick to the word, let's say one of your client leaves, you can hit the waitlist and let them know one spot opened up, you're next on the list, or you're ready to get started. And then when they say no, or when they don't respond, you send them to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. The waitlist allows you to breathe, allows you to have more demand than supply. Another, we don't chase. So don't keep following up forever. I disagree with that. So I go with, hey man, I'm closing your file because I didn't hear back from you. And the guy's like, hi JK, I didn't get to these emails. I would like to go back to the list if you thought it was beneficial. Done. Now the next time we encounter, it's going to be a different dynamic. And the last one, it doesn't go about email or talking to people, is just don't create content you don't enjoy creating. If you don't like video, don't fucking do video. You don't need to. You will have your best results when you create stuff you enjoy. People can't tell when you don't want to be there. Like, it's crazy how many people you will go right there on your Instagram and you see the talking face videos and you kind of know that they don't want to do that. They don't like to do that. It feels forced. So I don't do that. I love writing though. So I write. When people can feel that you don't like to create the content, they feel something off in that energy and they don't want to give you money. So they'll create content you don't enjoy creating. And if you see my pictures, this is a screenshot. These are just random pictures I took. Easy. I think if you see my picture for today, yeah, look at my picture from today. It's me and a T, bro. Like, doesn't matter. Okay, so well behaviors and well bait. You combine these two, it takes a while to kick in, but eventually your audience understands how to treat. So important. Now, fish bait. Whale bait takes time to kick in. It's effective, but takes around 3 months for like this cycle to start moving. But for now, focus on whale bait and well behaviors, but stop fish bait. So a few things that I consider fish bait that I think are hurting me are when you create, thinking about people who have not given you money. This is huge. Like, if you think about how to convince someone, you're going to hate it. But if you think about how can I give insight to my current clients, that is the right state of mind. So it's easy for me to write copy because I only think about the people who have already given me money. I'm just rewriting conversations that already happened. Thinking about people who haven't gets you needy, gets you pushy. It's just that. Poison focusing about things peers over prospects. So when people go, I just closed a client, let's go. My prices are super high and I don't need to justify them. Or, hey, guys, have you noticed that everyone's engagement is down? You're talking to peers. You're not talking to prospects. So like it may get you like some laughs and some people commenting, but it's not going to make you money. So peers over prospects, no go. The wishy-washy. So I got this from the fitness coaches that go with lose fat and build muscle. Twice as many promises don't make the offer twice as strong. They make it half as strong. Focusing on less things makes you more money. My thing is I will help you get to 20K and that is it. I know people have lead flow and offers and conversion issues, but I just say 20K. Don't promote many things in your offer. It has to be one. And if you have a sort of an offer that's kind of intangible, it's not directly ROI. One thing that is really good is this. I'll help you do X, the best 3 words in all of copywriting, so you can do Y. I'll help you get rid of your limiting beliefs so you can grow your business. I'll help you break your addictions so you can lose weight. I'll help you break the cycle of overeating so you can have a six-pack. So you can is an awesome phrase. So if you have an intangible offer, this is good. I'll upgrade your style so you can get more respect, stuff like that. So you can go on more dates. It's a tough world out there. Calling up. So when you say this is for 6 and 7 figure entrepreneurs, this is for busy executive, it's a desperation signal. You're basically saying that you get a bunch of unqualified leads. Don't say it. Just lay out the problem and let the niche find itself. Common lingo, like calling yourself a coach, calling yourself a coaching program, course, mentorship, this puts you in a box. This limits you. You will never hear me call myself a coach because, and like you shouldn't call yourself a coach either because you're so much more than that. You're a mentor, you're a friend, you're a consultant. Like you play many roles and you don't want to be put in a box. So what do? Just call it the name. I don't say the Likes and Cash program. I just say cash creators, right? I don't say hire me as a coach. I just say like, let's work together. Don't use these common lingos because it makes people kind of put you in a box. Getting defensive and aggressive. So I feel aggressive at times and I know that the keeper has to be far when that moment comes. When you're aggressive on the timeline, people move farther away from you. So just take a break. Come back when you feel better. An example of this is when you shame and guilt trip people. So, hey, I invested in myself because I'm an action taker. This doesn't do what you think it does. Like it moves people further away from you. Not buying my thing means you're wasting time on this. You're wasting money. Imagine not buying my thing. This is shaming and guilt tripping. And you're not Andrew Tate. This is not going to work for you. This is probably because at the time of writing, you get defensive. Don't. Take a break. Come back later. Overthinking your niche. So an example for this is pizza for doctors. So let's say you run a pizza shop and business is bad. And you think, okay, what's some common niching advice? Well, find a high paying niche and go deep on that. So what you do is you go to your wall and you write pizza for doctors. But then you make less money because you miss out on the wealthy lawyer, the wealthy marketer, the wealthy banker. But if you just made your pizza, your code, your philosophy public, then you would get more people in. You don't choose a niche, the niche chooses you. This is why I usually attract these people, introverted, we've been lied to, we want to be rich, not famous, probably take very little profit home, probably right-wing and we want to change, and we want to change the profit thing. Because by putting your ideas and code out there, you create the niche. So don't overthink, am I for busy executives or CEOs or entrepreneurs? Doesn't matter. Show what you can do and the niche chooses itself. Never ask your audience what they want to see because leaders don't ask followers where they're going. Leaders lead. What content would you like to see more of? We don't do that. You are the leader. You tell them what content they're going to see more of. And calling out the behaviors of others. So when people complain about cold DMs, this is shitty. Post, people, trends, politics, it makes you look petty. It makes you look reactive. And people buy coaches, not coaching. People don't want to work with petty and reactive. So don't do that. Instead, well behaviors and well behavior. Play the higher level. Play the higher game. And focus on that shit. So that's some fish bait. And when it comes to content strategy, this is my content strategy. Copy and paste. It works wonders. So I create for email. I make a daily email, and then I copy paste into LinkedIn, copy paste like the little tweets into long form, short form X and long form. And I copy paste into Instagram posts, story and broadcast. And as you saw, my Instagram posts are not that elaborate. It's just, I just take a picture or whatever. Now, I also have a podcast. That's where the video comes in. Do you need to do video? Absolutely not. So I do like it because I'm kind of autistic and I like ranting. So I do have that. And I pay like $6.50 a month for 15 shorts. Do you need this? No, this is the main thing. Daily email, copy and paste it into the others. So what does that look like? This is my email. It's the same exact thing, but this is the email. So it has a call to action saying, hey, we're closed, or I'm selling this, I'm selling that. But for other platforms, I just end it before the call to action starts and I add a random picture. That's literally it. That's literally the entire content strategy. One post a day. You write the email, you delete the call to action, and you copy and paste it into everywhere. It's that easy. Now for the small posts, like these are things that I directly got from the email above. When you limit your supply, it sends a signal to the market you are not desperate. So result, demand goes up. Copy and paste. Now, I copied and pasted this from the above email and I added this. Last week, I opened up 12 client spots. Sometimes I'll close this many spots or that many spots because we build our business around our life, not our life around our business. My bottleneck is not leads or offer, and I'm grateful to be in that position. So how many one-on-ones I'm willing to do? You just copy the little things you already said in the email and elaborate a little bit on them. And that becomes the entire content strategy. It all is born from the daily email. It's that easy. Why email? Because I haven't seen anything more effective at converting. 95% of my income comes from email, even though it's like 5 or 10% of my audience. So daily actions when it comes to Wellbait is one email a day that equals one post a day because you just copy and paste it, which equals 3x tweets or stories a day because you just, you clip it from the main thing. And once a day, promote your list because list is the easiest moneymaker. So reference email sales machine for this. So if you're like, okay, what do I sell on my list? Go to email sales machine for that. But when it comes to Wellbait, this will do. It's enough. And the last thing, we're almost done, boys. The last thing is some practical tips. So let me show you the GIF that changed my life. So this is some crazy stuff. So everybody look at the dot in the center, the black one. Eventually, you're gonna notice that a green dot appears in the middle. Don't stop looking at the center. And if you stare for long enough, you're gonna realize that some pink spots start disappearing. Write something if you see it. This is your brain. Sometimes you see things, like sometimes you look at things, but you can't see things. So when you write content, sometimes you look at the paper and the content is right in front of you, but you can't see it. So when that happens, think about this GIF and think, it's in front of me, but I just need to come in with a different state of mind in order to get it right. So often we look at something, but we can't see it. And that's what happens with content. So when you're in a rut, rewatch this training because it will restore your vision. It will allow you to see what's in front of you. You're looking at it, but you're not seeing it. So rewatch this. It's like it's got fundamentals that will help you. You don't need inspiration. You need restoration. You need restoration of the site that allows you to write good content. This is why when people ask me, well, do you consider yourself a good writer? My answer is, well, it depends what time of the day it is. Right? Because some days I'm just feeling good. Some days I'm just like, I want to kill myself. But you don't need inspiration, you need restoration. Another one is when you're stuck, a good question to ask yourself is, or like a good reminder is, hey, just be more honest. Often when we're trying to create content, we can't do it because we're not being honest enough. We try to convince, manipulate. But if you think, okay, let's be more honest here. It's easy because you just have to recall things that have happened. Movement, my best emails actually are written in the treadmill or walking or just moving. Like going for walks is actually really good advice. I take my phone with me and I write. Reduce the noise. Often when you don't know how to create it, it's because you're listening to so many people. So I don't have Twitter on my phone because every time I'm like, oh, man, my content is being kind of shitty lately. I think, have I been checking Twitter too much? If the answer is yes, then I know why my content is shitty because I'm reading everybody else's stuff. And the best one is let clients tell you. The best people to ask on how to get money is the people who have already given you money. Why am I recording the whale bait workshop? Because my client said, dude, let's do a whale bait workshop. And it's the highest converting workshop I've done, right? It's the one that most people bought. Your clients are experts at telling you how to market because they already gave you money. So listen to them. Go over your questions in Slack and Telegram, wherever, and create that content. That is the people you should listen to. Don't listen to people who are like, oh, I'll definitely buy if you change X, Y, and Z. Bullshit. Listen to people who have already given you money, and they will tell you how to get more people to give you money. Okay, last thing. So next steps, write one whale-bait post per example every day. So if you look at the whale-bait examples, for instance, and you're like, okay, today I'm gonna write the plan, but I don't really feel like it, so let me write about problems. That's totally cool because this is not a recipe, these are ingredients. 2, implement whale-bait behaviors so that people know how to treat you. 3, the likes and cash content strategy, which is, see, I'm caps lobbing it, which is write a daily email, copy and paste the shit out of it. And 4, when you feel off, rewatch this. When I feel off with my content, I will rewatch the most basic videos ever. It's like psychology of human nature. Robert Cialdini, how to win friends and influence people. because these fundamentals get me, it restores my vision. I understand that I don't really need inspiration. I need restoration. I had to remember what good content feels and is like. And that's what helps me out. That was the World Way workshop.